Our guest for this episode, Luciana Scheinberg, a wonderful actress, singer, dancer, and she's the second person to ever share a stage with John Ratzenberger that has been a guest on this episode, on this podcast, rather. I'm sorry, I'm just so excited. I can barely stand it. Let's get this show on the road.
These are the performers that I know. These are the performers that I know. These are the performers that I know. These are the performers that I know.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Performers I Know. This is episode number 55. That's right. I Can't Drive 55. That's a song reference for all you old heads out there. I have a suspicion that only the eldest of the elder will get that one. On this episode, I'm very excited for this. My guest, she is an accomplished actress and singer, works with her siblings, which is always great to see. And yeah, she's done a whole bunch of great stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my guest this episode, Miss Luciana Scheinberg. Luciana, welcome to the show.
Hello, thank you.
You're welcome. Now, ladies and gentlemen, to set the scene, once upon a time, um, in 2025, a couple months back, I was looking to cast people for my revival of In the Midnight Hour. And there was Luciana as one of the many people who auditioned for Emma Loom. And again, tale as old as time, she nailed it in one line. She said one line, and I was just like, well, I have to offer her the role, or at least one of the two ladies given the role. And yes, I don't like to pat myself on the back too often, but I think I did a pretty good job with the casting. But Luciana, my first question to you is what got you bitten by the acting bug? What got you interested in doing theater and movies and acting and singing and dancing and playing the violin and doing cartwheels and backflips and all that sort of crazy stuff?
So originally, I started by doing gymnastics. And well, since I was very little, I've done dance and a bit of gymnastics. And I've just been very interested in being, well, I've always been very energetic and over the top. And when my siblings got into schools where they were old enough to do like professional theater at their schools, I loved going to see their shows. And I just love the idea of singing and being on stage and everything. And it just always seems so fun to me, and I always just love the idea of acting.
Well, it's better than hating the idea of acting because then you just be like, oh, acting? Yeah, I suppose I can do that. Whatever. But yes, so the first thing that I did with Luciana, well, the only thing so far, but I want to hopefully change that. She did In the Midnight Hour, and she played the lovely, innocent, but still spunky Emma Lou. And she was paired up with good old Maximilian. What was it like going through that crazy script and doing voiceover?
It was very fun. It was like my first time doing a voiceover, I'm pretty sure. And I was just so interested because it was trying something new, but also in the acting world. And it was just so cool using my voice to express my emotions rather than using my face. And it was just so fun to do. And I loved the idea of using my voice to make funny voices or different voices and just trying something new.
Yes, you and oh, there's dogs in the studio. Probably should ignore that. You were paired up with Maximilian Lauer, or rather Max Lauer, and you guys had excellent chemistry. What was it like working with young Mr. Max?
He was very kind, and it was very fun working with him as my first like voiceover partner. And he also used so much expression when he was talking, so I kind of when I first heard the script, I was like working off of how he was doing it because I didn't really know much, but I had an idea. So I was kind of working off of what he was doing. And so it was really cool actually working with him.
Well, the thing about Max that I really liked is he was getting into the character. When we were rehearsing and you guys were on camera, he was doing the motions that his character was supposed to be doing. And it's like, Max, I love the enthusiasm. You get an A+ for that, but you don't have to worry about it. When his character bit George Keefe's character, well, George Keefe, I'm using air quotes, he was pretending to bite down on something. I'm like, Max, A+, man, but you don't have to worry about that. It's just your voice. You know,
Hmm.
it's funny. I was actually, um, while I was recording my Young Sherlock Holmes project, Max happened to be in that. And we had some downtime, and all of a sudden, Max just goes, "Hey, Dane, you remember Luciana?" Yeah. You remember when we recorded in the midnight hour? Yeah. Do you remember towards the end when she went, he, instead of an actual laugh? It's like, yes, I vaguely remember that. I don't know if you recall doing that.
Uh-huh. I do. I actually
Okay.
do remember that. Because when I read scripts for the first time, I'm literally reading them. So I was like, he. I was like, oh, he. I was like trying to make it up, but it was so funny because I was like, no one laughs like he. And
He,
so it was just very
either
funny.
that or you were trying to imitate Michael Jackson. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
He. Anyway,
Yeah.
so we mentioned at the top of the show, well, rather, Luciana mentioned she has worked with her siblings before, and that came out in a big way in a recent production of The Sound of Music, where Luciana, you played Gretel,
Yep, I did. I
and
played
your
young
and
little
your
Gretel.
sister, and your sister played Maria, and your brothers. I feel like one of them was Max, and the other one was just random person number seven.
Yeah, he was the goat herder, which was very
Oh,
funny.
well, What was it like getting to work with all of your lovely, lovely siblings?
It
In
was so fun. It was so fun this summer. Well, last summer now. And it was just so cool working with them and stuff because it was my first production that I've ever done with them. And I've never like heard my siblings sort of sing like that. Like I've heard them sing before, but not like on stage really, like with them. And it was very fun getting to like share that moment with my older sister, and she got to like like hug me and carry me in some scenes. And it was just so cool working with my sister and siblings as like not really their siblings, but as like just characters.
Well, it's funny you mentioned sisters, because in my research, I came across a video of what seemed to be just a very spirited karaoke performance where you guys performed the number Sisters, Sisters
Yeah, we
as a
did.
karaoke from White Christmas. Was that
Hmm.
just like a spontaneous thing, or do you guys kind of?
Yeah. We our parents love White Christmas, and so last year we originally did it for them, and it was very fun and they loved it. And then our brothers did the other version when the men do it.
Oh, I see.
And then this year we also want to remake it again, so we did it again, and we just made a couple twists to it. So yeah.
You know, I don't know if mom is nearby, but have you ever decided, mom, Do you want to do a version? Do you want to sing and dance?
Oh man, that'd be fun too. Maybe that's what we have to work into next year's rotation.
Yes, I think Christmas 2026 is the year of Mrs. Scheinberg. Yes, I can feel it. It's
You got
very,
it.
she joins a very small circle of parents who have made appearances on this program, cameo appearances. So I'll give you your cameo fee at the end of the day. Um, yes, lovely. Now, Luciana is no stranger to doing all sorts of crazy projects. In my research, I saw that she did a commercial for something called Invest 529, where you battled some what's called the tuition monster who kind of looks like the Grinch on steroids.
Yep. Yeah, it was very fun actually. We had to drive like 2 hours or something, but it was still worth it a bunch. No, yeah, he was so fun to work with, and he had to stand on a box and pretend he was doing pull-ups because we were doing a competition. And so I had to do every time we did a take, I had to do like 8 pull-ups. But for the audition for this, for the self-tape, I just had to have a video of me doing pull-ups like in a row. So that was really fun, honestly, the tape. And it was so funny seeing him in the background after watching it, of him just trying to like pretend that he's working really hard, not knowing that he's on the box.
Well, that's the magic of commercials, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Beefy Grinch Monster Man was actually on a box. Another thing that I saw. It seems like you delved into a little bit of horror because you were in a project called Welcome to Haddonfield, and it's like, oh, Michael Myers, Halloween. Oh my goodness, what was that about? What the heck were you doing in Haddonfield?
Um, well, it was a quick project. I was like a background character in it. But it was really cool because they were telling us like to play tag and stuff. And honestly, the area that we were working in was very, very spooky. And every time when we weren't on set, we would try and sneak up to one of the like cracked windows and look inside it, and it was terrifying in there.
Was
So we would all be scared.
did
It was
any
like
Michael
abandoned.
Myers pop out?
Yeah. No. No. But
No.
I wish, but it was like an abandoned old hospital apparently.
Well, that I was this one of was this a student film, and I'm using air quotes.
Yeah, it
Uh, I,
was. Yeah.
mm,
No, but it was still very fun.
well, I mean, it's funny because a lot of the kids that I've interviewed or worked with, when it comes to doing horror films, like short films, whatever, they're either terrified, like, oh, I know it's a movie, but I'm scared, or they're just like, this is so much fun, I can't believe it. It's never in between. It's either one
Hmm.
extreme or the other. I just
Yeah.
I just don't know. But
Hmm.
yes, Luciana has not only that, but she has done in the realm of staged readings. Um, this was sometime last year. She did a
Hmm.
reading of a musical called Amy's House. Now, what is so
Yep.
special about Amy's House? What is this? What is this show about?
Well, Amy's house was well, it's actually a couple grown-ups that I know that are friends of my parents. They helped write it, and it was fun because, well, I mean, it was my first stage reading, and Amy's House, oh, I mean, it's musical, and I got to learn like a whole song about it. And really, the music was really fun. And in one of the scenes, we would do the cup and bowl or something, the ball and cup or something. And me and my friend, who was the other Mary, who was the other character, we both would do that like backstage all the time, and that was so fun to do.
Did you ever
And
wait a minute? Did you ever see the Family Guy joke? Oh, the ball is attached to the cup. So if it falls, it's okay. It's just on a string attached to the cup.
Yeah. The Amy's house is actually about like a woman who like poisoned old patients with lemonade so that they could
Whoa,
get
whoa,
more
whoa,
and
whoa, whoa,
more.
whoa! Wait a minute, wait a minute. You can't just drop this kind of thing on me. It's like, oh yeah, she kills people. It's a family musical, Dave.
It was a comedy musical, but it was also a bit dark, but in like a very funny way.
Okay, well, I I don't want to mess with whoever made the lemonade. Don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds sounds horrifying. Very horrifying.
Mm-hmm. And
Um,
it was actually like a true story. Like that actually was like a true story that and someone actually did that.
oh dear.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. It's like,
Yeah, it's
this lemonade
terrifying.
tastes kind of funny. Whoa, no.
Yep.
Oh no. Ter- Terrible, terrible stuff. But
Yeah.
as we record this, ladies and gentlemen, it is the 15th of January, and Luciana just wrapped up. I, I I'm convinced this is just like the rite of passage for every young lady who wants to do theater or is doing theater. She was just in a production of Annie, and I've been seeing several young ladies that I know doing productions of Annie. It's all over the place. And it was at the
Mm-hmm.
Argyle Theater,
Yep.
and that is in oh, it's in Long Island. Okay.
Yep, it is actually.
Deep, deep,
It
deep.
was 8 weeks and we stayed at like a little Airbnb and there were 3 weeks of rehearsal in New York. Like at yeah, I don't know, some kind of studio in New York. And it
Yeah,
was really
it had doors and windows, and
yeah.
it was rectangular. I don't know.
No, it was actually really fun to do. And I it was so fun working with the cast and all of the kids because at the end all of the orphans felt like a family and we all had to share a dressing room, which was actually really fun. So we all got to hang out backstage and
You know,
just play around. And
at
really the Miss Hannick.
by the end, Pepper accidentally elbowed July, and then there was a fight broke out, and Annie dropped
Yep.
everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm
Uh-huh.
kidding. Of course, that didn't actually happen.
No, it did not.
No, it didn't. It did not happen.
No.
It did not.
Yeah.
Just I want to make that absolutely clear. But you've delved into quite a few um, roles that seem like a rite of passage because not only did you do Annie, but you were also in Matilda as Matilda.
Hmm.
You were in
Yeah.
School of Rock as um, you-
Summer Hathaway.
there you go, Summer Hathaway, and you were in Christmas Carol as Tiny Timothy. Oh yes,
Hmm.
with John Ratzenberger. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Uh-huh.
goodness. What was it like working with Cliff Clavin and the guy who's been in 1,000 Pixar movies?
It was so fun and he was hilarious. The one time one of the ghosts, Marley, didn't show up on stage because he thought the show was at another time. But it was so funny because he improved and he was like, "Are those kids?" And he saw me backstage because I was the only kid backstage. He was like, "Are those kids?" And like he got up and like almost started chasing us, and I was actually a bit scary. Like I was a bit scared, but like it was really funny how he improved.
So I have to ask, and I'm maybe Mom could field this question, but does he kind of have that Ratzenberger, that Cliff Clavin voice, or does he just is that really just a put on?
I think that's a put on. Otherwise, no. No, I think he actually has it. Yeah.
Oh,
I really was so happy working with him that I got a little Build-A-Bear thing, you know, those little recording Build-A-Bear things. I got that and I recorded him saying, "Merry Christmas, Lucy. I hope you have a good New Year," or something. He said
oh,
something like that. And it was so
don't
special, and I
don't
still don't have it in a bear yet.
you still don't have it?
No, my parents just have it lying around in their room.
Oh, Merry Christmas, Lucy. Come see me in the next Pixar movie, please. Come see me in Toy
Yeah,
Story 5.
that'd
Someday.
be great.
Oh, that would be craziness. But
Hmm.
I was going back to your siblings. There was a piece of video footage that I saw, and it's one of those things where it's like you need the context of it. I think it was after one of your Annie shows, and it's you and your siblings, and I think your parents, and you're like, "Oh, how dare you make fun of me for being short? Oh, boys!" And then everybody starts like clicking snapping their
Uh-huh.
fingers, like, dancing. I'm like, What's going on around here?
It was a couple people from Sound of Music, so it was my siblings, and then it was the person that played Captain Von Trapp.
Oh, I see.
Colin is his name. He actually is also very into acting and stuff. He's in college now. And he was doing it with us because he wanted to come see my show. And so did the girl that played the nun, the like main nun. I forgot her name. I don't know why. But Maya.
Sister Mary Elephant. We'll just call her
Yeah,
that.
Sister Maria. Um, and yeah, they both came to see my show, and then I we were talking about that like little trend, and so we did it, and it turned out so funny. And I made up like the word, and I was like, "You're making fun of my height, oh boys!" And then they
Wait,
all come out snapping.
that's a trend apparently.
Apparently, yeah, yeah. I saw it, and
Okay,
I was like,
well,
"Oh, we got to do this."
I'm incredibly old. I don't know these things. I will have to just take your word for it. Okay. That's that's very interesting. My goodness. So now that Annie has wrapped up, do you have anything lined up, or are you kind of taking a little break from doing stuff?
I'm doing some small auditions and waiting to see, but mostly just keeping it easy, taking a little break, but mostly still just dancing, doing voice
Dance,
and
dancing.
I'm doing my school play, Wizard of Oz.
Oh, and who are you playing in that?
The Tin Man.
Ah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I played the Tin Man once.
Oh, nice.
Ye- I'm not really because I think I might have told this story before, but I'll tell it again. So the original costume I had for the Tin Man fit me like a glove. And somehow, I don't know how, the costume ripped and it was completely useless. So I had to explain to the director, who was not happy. I'm like, I don't know what happened. I I'm almost certain it was my dog, but I really had the excuse the dog ate my costume. So I had to get a replacement costume, which did not fit me very well. And during the jitterbug number,
Oh
uh,
gosh.
the jitterbugs come in and they
Uh-huh.
grab Dorothy. They knock down the Tin Man and the Scarecrow and the Lion.
Mm-hmm.
So these three very rambunctious boys were playing the jitterbugs, and they just clotheslined me down. And all of a sudden, I hear,
Oh my
and I'm sitting there
gosh.
going, if my costume just ripped, I'm in trouble. So
Oh.
it's on camera. So I'll have to find the footage someday. I very gingerly got up and was like, okay, and I felt around. I'm like, all right, no rips. Thank God. I don't know what that sound was, but we're gonna just keep going. So yeah, I wept like an infant for many weeks afterwards because you know you don't like this. You don't like these kind of things to happen.
Oh boy, that doesn't
I,
sound good.
I would have rather have been in Haddonfield, a bloody Michael Myers and whatnots. Anyway, folks, Um, I'm looking at the old clock on the wall, the old non-existent clock that only I can see and nobody else can see, but that's all right as long as I can see the clock. And I'm seeing that we are just a bit out of time. But the last question I have for you, Luciana, as I ask all of my guests, if somebody were to come up to you and say, "Hey, I want to be an actor, I want to be a singer, a dancer, I want to play the violin," what would be the piece of advice that you would best give these people in order to succeed?
I would say, tell yourself to persevere through any challenges and just dream your dream and go big. And I'd say just really just push through anything and you got this. And have fun while you're doing it. And yeah, just have fun with it. And, just work hard, persevere, and just have fun. And that's all I have to say.
And just and work hard and
Yeah,
persevere and have
yeah.
fun.
Mm-hmm.
That was very, you were turning into Annie for a second, like follow your dreams and you will always be happy. Like maybe you should have been Annie instead of Molly. I don't know. Anyway, folks, as the outro music plays us out, I want to thank my guest, Luciana Scheinberg. Luciana, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, and we will see you guys on the next episode. So long, everybody.